My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders.
These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line.
This is going to be a live trading video. Here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade.
Wow, I'd love to get in on this.
Technical insights that really look good to me.
There we go. We're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Let me get this rolling. I just want to show you this. Oh, I have to delete. Okay, wait, hold on. Almost there. Dang it, that messed up. Okay, so I'm trying to add a banner. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, $100 giveaway. I want to make sure this is rolling here. Rules are in the description. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can get that going. There we go. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another live stream. So I'm going to try and shout out some of you guys who are hanging out with me. So hello to you. Thank you very much for being here. Shout out to Hussein, Trey, Brahmin, Lewis, Denise, Joseph, Selva, Thomas. Again, what's up, you guys? Thank you very much for being here. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Today is a good day. It is a good Friday in the markets. Taking a look at some things today, we'll be talking about the dollar and how it basically performed this week. We did see some recession or some downside for the dollar this week. We'll talk a little bit about that, and maybe we'll talk about next week and what we could be looking out for going into next week's price action and news. So again, happy Friday to you. Real quick, where are you guys tuning in from? Do me a big favor and drop where you are watching the show from. We have people who watch the show from all over the world. It's always really cool to see. So just drop really quick where you're from, and we'll shout out maybe where your country's at. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know I am from Atlanta, Georgia in the United States. As you probably could have guessed, I'm from the US. But a shout out to my friends who are from New York, UK, Germany, Australia, love from India, Poland, Malaysia, Jamaica, another India, London, Malaysia, Singapore, Jamaica, Libya, Zimbabwe, Vancouver, Italy, Namibia. Look at that, you guys. That's so cool. It's so cool to see where everybody is from. So thank you for being here. We've got 130 people in here, and you guys who hang out with me today, it's going to be special because we're doing a giveaway. So you guys may have seen the trade that I shared this morning on YouTube. I was fortunate enough to catch a move on the pound dollar that ended up being a really large profit, probably the biggest Forex profit that I have ever personally made in the markets on a single trade. So to sort of celebrate that crazy good runner, I decided we would do a giveaway today. So we are going to be doing a $100 giveaway to those of you guys who would like to enter for a chance to win. There's a couple things that I should say, and I'm gonna say this again once there are more people in here, but just real quick for your reference, if you're here early with me, definitely do this really quick. So for the giveaway, there is information down below in the description, but all you have to do is follow us on Instagram. So you have to follow us on Instagram and enter your email below. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to do two things. Number one, when we go through to pick a winner for the $100 giveaway, we're going to check to see if you're following us on Instagram. And then also we're going to send out an email to the winner to decide who gets the $100. So if you'd like $100 for a chance to win, like I said, follow the link down below in the description. Click that link, enter your email, or follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is A1trading_. My personal Instagram got disabled, unfortunately, but our team Instagram is there down below. So you got to follow us there and on the email list. And what that's going to do is, in case you aren't familiar already, on our email list, what you get access to is like trade alerts and trade ideas, analysis, research, tips, things like that we send out throughout the week. Our team here works really hard on that, and we're looking for some more people to follow along with what we've got there. So again, it's a free newsletter anyway, so you might as well join it. But again, to enter for the $100 giveaway, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram, and click the link in the description. It's the first link down there to join. Oh, also, what is this? We've got some scammers in the chat, you guys. This is a scam message. That is not something we would do. Let me just block that user really quick. Please ignore those sort of messages. Those are not real. But sometimes you get people in the chat who are just looking to make a quick buck by scamming people. That's not what we're here. This is actually a free giveaway. The best way to enter and the only way to enter. Don't message anybody like that. Literally just click the links down below in the description. Link to Instagram. Julie just dropped the link also. That might actually be really helpful for some of you guys to follow. So click that link, follow. And like I said, we're going to be giving away $100. So there is no cost to enter. You just click it down below and we will be giving $100 away. So let's check it out. Let's see what's going on in the world of markets. Let's start with the dollar today. So if you guys remember, maybe you saw in the video this morning that I shared on my GBP USD trade, I mentioned that part of the reason I was so bullish on the pound dollar was that I was actually very bearish on the dollar specifically. Price came up to a level I really liked. We retested this zone here. And sure enough, found a lot of resistance. In fact, that's actually where I entered my pound dollar long. Since then, we've seen the dollar sort of pull back. Now, as we sit here on a Friday, you can see, we do see towards the end of the week, we are finding a little bit of a buy side action on the dollar, which, we'll see if that persists. Overall right now, we do seem to be, at a pretty key longer term level of support. Here's the 4-hour view, and you can see multiple times where buyers have stepped in at this level. So, it's not a surprise that we do have a little bit of a pop to the upside there today, but then also now we are seeing a little bit of a pullback. Is this something where we might get a lower high and a break underneath? Well, we'll have to watch for that next week. But for me right now, the dollar is, I had sort of like this week, a short-term bearish bias on the dollar because of this sort of breakout that we had. We had this break to the downside. And then I really liked it this week because this pullback, that was like sell city to me. That was like, that looks pretty good. Because again, retest of broken what was support, now resistance, and the breakout of this upward trend line that we had been watching. So it wasn't like I was saying, oh, it's going to go to, back to the lows. I guess it could, but my goal there was just to catch some of the rebound short side. And fortunately, I was able to do that. We'll take a look at the pound in a moment just to show you guys how, even though I played it, I think I could have played it better. And of course, in hindsight, you always can. But we'll talk about my pound dollar trade a little bit today, just in reference to it. Here is Euro USD. So the euro did catch a pop, not quite as much as the pound dollar, but you can see that level that we marked the other day. Excuse me. The level that we marked the other day here did end up holding at 1.18, really nice. Let me draw our fibs here as well. So price pulled back just around to that 38.2% retracement. You can see there it is. Found demand just shy, actually poked down to the level that we liked though. So you can see, I talked about this level earlier on in the week, and look at that. It literally tagged it just barely before shooting off of that level. So watching the euro dollar, big thing to watch out for, in my opinion, going into next week is, can we actually get through this level in terms of like a bullish breakout, right? So you sort of have this situation where we've we've got a strengthening market here for the euro, right? You've got a pretty good buy side action going on. In order for that follow through to sort of happen, I think that you probably are looking at, some form of a breakout here. Can we get that breakout, retest, and continue? In fact, that's a trade I'll have on my radar for next week. Personally, I really like that for the euro. Of course, we can also talk about the pound here in just a little bit as well, which is another thing that I may look to re-enter. So even though I took a trade, I made some money on it. I'm not opposed to looking for chances to re-enter either. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment. So yeah, so I do like the euro dollar to the long side. One thing I should mention about this as well is, check this out. On the daily chart, you're looking at the euro USD, you've got a pretty significant bounce off of this level previously. And so far, it looks like we're here to repeat that. I would say though, that the euro dollar, a really pivotal spot to watch is, of course, this retest at 1.19. It's really, really a key level for more than one reason. So what you've got here is you've got major resistance in the past here in August, right? You saw a dramatic sell-off of the euro as price came up to that point. Now we've got longer term support, which has rebounded and revived the euro dollar bullish thesis, but it stopped just at the same level again. Sorry, guys, I need a glass of water or something. So the reason that this level is so big is 1.19, big psychological level, right? Big key spot, as well as multiple times where this thing has been sold off into. If you're looking at the Euro USD with a bullish thesis, right? If we get something like a breakout next week and we really see euro dollar bullishness continue, this could be an interesting thing to watch out for. Trade setups like this and this. Of course, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions here on a Friday. I don't have any open positions. And in fact, I don't think I'm going to take anything else for the rest of the week. After that pound dollar trade, I'm quite literally chilling. Like I don't have any positions. I am probably headed out early today. You know, things are ending nicely here for this week. So my plan is not to pile into new trades or anything like that. I'm going to let the weekend come, give it some time. I may look to re-enter on my dollar short side bias next week, but these are some of the ideas that I personally have. Now, I will say from a fundamental standpoint, the reason I'm not absolutely thrilled with the euro is because monetary policy wise, they're quite lagging. So the ECB, which is the European Central Bank, has pretty much maintained and kept, steadily their willingness to, or unwillingness rather, to sort of reduce stimulus, their unwillingness to really tighten monetary policy. And they pretty much lag the rest of the other major central banks outside of like Japan and Switzerland in a lot of ways, right? So you have places like New Zealand and the US, which are at least talking about and considering the idea of tapering, the idea of possibly even raising rates at a certain point, and their plans to do that. Whereas in Europe, they're just a little bit behind on that, right? And so when they're behind on that, what that tells us is that usually that's going to point to some euro weakness, right? So to be fair, it's not really that much of a surprise that we're not driving through the highs right now. So for me, looking at the euro, if we get something, that's very, maybe positive or surprising for the euro, some really good growth figures, something that looks good for unemployment, etc., then by all means, maybe I could look for these pushes higher, or something incredibly bearish for the dollar, which we've seen a lot of that recently. So, but again, from a technical analysis standpoint, I still think that the euro looks fairly strong. So let's look at the GBP USD as well. Here it is, the pound dollar. So you guys will remember, if you watched that trade that I shared, I entered literally right around there. It was like one of the best trades that I've taken in a long time. And I only risked 20 to 25 pips, which was just an absolutely insane entry. I wish all my trades were that good. Literally, I made the joke in the comment section. I said, if I had trades like this every day, I would have a mansion on Mars, right? Wouldn't that be great? But we already know Forex is not that easy, right? So, I did catch an amazing entry, and I'm not going to downplay it because it really was amazing. It's just that not all my trades are that good. So anyways, I caught this level. I really liked the support level. It dipped. I bought it. And sure enough, shortly after, it just found so much demand. So I ended up taking profits a little bit early. I didn't take profits. I actually got stopped out. And truthfully, in hindsight, completely with hindsight on my side, I felt a little foolish about this because what you'll notice is that I saw resistance here, right? So I saw a resistance here and I said, okay, this big red candle looks like we may get a pause on the pound. So I ended up getting stopped out, not quite at this level, but somewhere around here, right? So I'm going to say roughly I got stopped out about here, right? So I got stopped out. So I entered here on a buy trade, crazy run up, ended up closing for about 100 pips of profit. And I'm not complaining at all. Like that move for me was like I said, it's like the best Forex trade that I've caught in my entire career in terms of strictly dollar amounts, right? Best trade for me ever. And I'm not here to complain, but of course, in hindsight, the voices start talking to you, right? And what do the voices say? You wake up, the market's gone higher. Nick, why didn't you hold this trade? You could have made more money, right? But there is always that voice. And I'm a human just like everyone else, right? When this happens to me, of course I'm sitting here thinking, man, I could have made more money. I could have been up $8,000, $10,000, but I'm not. And I think that I still, even though of course it pains me to see something keep going after you close it, I think everyone has felt that before. I think that I still played it just right according to my strategy. Maybe I could have kept the stop loss a little looser and stayed into this trade. But you can beat yourself up with words like that. And I'm telling you, I'm sharing this with you guys honestly because it's something that I'm struggling with, or I'm always working on. What you guys see on my YouTube channel is not a finished product, right? I am a trader just like everyone else, and no trader knows everything. Everyone is in the process of becoming a better trader. You could ask the best traders in the world, and what do they say? They say there's always more to learn. So I played this really well. I made great money. I'm so happy with how things played out, and they could have gone much worse. But of course, there's always that voice in the back of your head that says, "Oh, Nick, dummy, you should have held the trade longer." But again, that voice doesn't actually get you anywhere. That voice leaves you in a cycle of doom, right? Where you're constantly second guessing yourself. I played it the way I played it. I made money on the trade. I can't complain. I'm happy with it. And we are out for the weekend. So to be fair to the pound dollar bulls, this level now could potentially act as support on the retest, right? So what was this level that ended up, I saw this thing rejecting pretty hard and I said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and look to stop out if it keeps going. Sure enough, it kept going, got me out and moved along without me. So where we currently sit, however, that very same level could act as some demand. So maybe I'll watch out for that next week. And again, that's the other beauty of it. Just because I took a trade and I closed out of that trade doesn't mean I can't open another trade. And who knows, maybe I'll film the next trade. I'm probably going to, be watching the pound dollar going into next week. It is the devil talking. Ibrahim, that's like exactly how it feels, right? Victoria says, hey, we've all been there. It's all about the emotions and controlling them. That's so true, right? Because you could always sit there and play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game, but it's just a losing voice. And hey, look, you know what? The pound dollar looks like it's seeing some rejection here at resistance. Maybe that's just a pause before we break out higher. And maybe I'll look to join that move next week if it sets up. So that's the way you have to look at it. Instead of looking at it as like, oh, I missed the trade and I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Instead of that, maybe just say, hey, cool, I made some money. I'll look for the next opportunity and I'll take it if it's there. So that's my thoughts on the pound dollar. I am still very bullish on this thing. I think this thing has room to run. And my thesis here, actually, I thought that the pound dollar, because we had this, you look at the daily chart, you sort of had this resistance coming in, right? This level here looked pretty bearish to me. And then sure enough, it popped out of that area. So in fact, actually, that's sort of a bullish signal for me in and of itself. We had a double bottom there, beautiful double bottom on the daily chart, breakout of the trend line. So I really do like this thing fundamentally and technically to the upside. And we'll probably be watching for breakouts here next week. So that is my thoughts on the pound dollar. We'll keep taking a look at some more of the crosses here today. The dollar yen is next up on my list. And look at this dollar yen. Man, you guys, I'm getting tired of saying the same things over and over on dollar yen. Yet again, man, when we were up here, I said, hey, I wouldn't get too excited because things are range bound. Maybe I should just go trade ranges for a living, because this seems to be working every time I talk about it, but I don't trade ranges. So price came up to resistance, right? Yet again, we found resistance, price rolled over, came down to support. And I said, hey, don't get too excited because it may just bounce back in favor of the buyers. Yet again, look at this. Every single time this zone has held really quite well. Kind of crazy just to see it playing out so many times. You guys who have been watching the streams with me, you know that every time dollar yen has come up on the screen, I've talked about it in the same way. It's just been, hey, this thing is choppy, back and forth, back and forth. So same concepts, same topics on dollar yen. I wish I would have been trading this range. I'd be probably looking really good right now. But yeah, it is quite the range right now. It does not seem to want to break out one way or the other. And what that tells us is, you know, the range bound nature here of dollar yen is like, okay, if it's range bound, that means people are neither favoring the dollar nor the yen. And remember, the yen is sort of that safe haven. So the fact that the yen gains demand, the dollar gains demand, tells us that risk on, risk off sentiment may just be very mixed right now, meaning that there's concerns around the Delta variant, but there's also some strengthening GDPs, strengthening unemployment in some places, talking about rate hikes, vaccine rollouts. So you have this mix potentially that's causing this back and forth with the dollar yen. On one hand, like I said, Delta variants, lockdowns, you know, a slower than expected recovery, all of that stuff is on one side, which is keeping the yen sort of somewhat strong. Then on the other side, like I said, you have you know, pandemic recovery showing signs of lowering unemployment across a lot of different countries. Maybe not the US last time, but again, that's where we're sort of mixed back and forth. And remember, when things were just in full-blown recovery mode, that's when we saw the dollar yen do its crazy swing to the upside, right? We saw just trending higher, trending higher, trending higher. Then we saw the Delta variant come in, and you can see what it did to the dollar yen. It started going completely sideways as the dollar and the yen have been just battling it out. So yes, very indecisive here on the dollar yen for the time being. Dollar Swiss is the same story. You can see USD CHF just back and forth there on the dollar Swiss. So we will push on there. NZD USD, this is another one that I want to talk about. The Kiwi dollar really strong as well. So on top of the pound dollar was very strong, but so is the Kiwi dollar. Not as strong as the pound, but still strong nonetheless. And I really like this one to the long side. I did want to pick it up on the long side, but it was never able to get an entry. It didn't quite come down to a level of my interest. I had this level marked as a possible buy zone, but you can see it sort of has left me in the dust there, which is okay. I think, you know, next week is a new week. We may have opportunities to pick up longs on the NZD USD, or at least I might be looking at that. Of course, we will keep an eye on that for sure. With that said, guys, I do want to also remind you, if you are newer to my streams, all of the trades that I take, if I end up taking a long position or a short position, or I pick up, I don't know, some random position on whatever I'm trading, I always share it inside of our Discord channel. If you guys do not already know, I do offer a Discord server where you can join and see the trades that I am taking in real time. If you don't have Discord, it's an awesome application for like group messaging and communities and stuff like that. So if you are a trader and you're looking for a community to join, I highly encourage you to come join us inside of our Discord community. Not only is it a great chat room, but we also have a full staff of people. We have an office. I'm in an office right now. In an office in Atlanta, we have people who manage, moderate, and work very hard to create this community. It is probably, in my opinion, I'm a little bit biased, probably the best community on the planet for Forex traders. We try and bring real people together, experienced traders, none of the hype, none of the BS, no Lambos, no mansions, none of that. We're here to talk Forex, talk trading, and actually share insights that can be helpful. So that pound dollar trade that I took, I tracked the whole trade inside of my journal inside of the group. So you can see I said I'm going long on the pound, like the pullback to the 50%, putting a tight stop on this trade. And sure enough, you know, the fundamentals, I was bearish on the dollar after jobs numbers being poor and a dovish outlook from Jerome Powell. That played out, followed through pretty nicely. And we saw the pound rocket. So I was able to you know, trail my stop and update people with that. You can see whenever I update my positions, I share all the details of what I'm doing. Not necessarily to be copied. I'm not here to, you know, tell you what to do with your account, but I share my insights, my reasoning behind the trades. So if you're a newer trader and you're like, I just want to see what somebody with a bit more experience is doing, you can see everything that I'm doing inside of our private Discord. Not only me, you can also see what Frank is doing. I believe Frank is long on the S&P 500 today. He bought that. It went against him a little bit. Now he's back up. So that's kind of cool. And then Patrick. So Patrick is another trader. He's a person in Germany. And then we have a guy from Australia who does coaching webinars, answering questions and working with members. He's a 14-year trading veteran. His name is Joe Barreca, and he does great work inside of the group with some of our members. So again, it's a community for serious traders only. If you're very serious about trading and you want to take this thing to the next level, I want to encourage you to come join us inside of the Discord. There's a link down below in the description. And if you use the promo code, you'll get a discount. There's a promo code that is linked down below in the description with information. Speaking of down below in the description, let me remind you guys about the giveaway that we are doing today. So we're giving away $100, and you don't have to do anything to enter. There is no catch. We're going to be giving $100 away for free, and what you'll get access to with that $100. So there's information in the description. What you do is you just follow us on Instagram, enter your email, and we're going to email out who the winner is next week. $100. And that's partially just a big thank you to you guys for supporting the content. Also, that trade yesterday was so crazy, and it was so awesome that I just decided I was feeling good. So I was like, hey, let's just do a $100 giveaway just to thank the people on here on YouTube who support what we do. Obviously, these streams are not free to do. They cost us money, and you guys just being here supports us a lot and allows us to actually make this possible. So big thank you to you guys. The link to join the newsletter in the description is not correct. Here is the correct link. Is that link not working? Hold on. Let's check this. Am I missing something? If it's not working, you guys let me know. Let me just check this. I want to make sure that everything is good for the giveaway today. Into your email. Oh, what is going on there? That's my bad, you guys. Let me fix that. I'm going to fix that right now, you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get it going. $100 giveaway. Grab this link. Okay, I'm going here into your email. I don't know why that grabbed the wrong link. That's so weird. Okay, I just changed it. If you refresh the stream, guys, again, if you want that $100 giveaway, just refresh the stream really quick and click that link. It should be working now. I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah, so if you refresh the stream now, you're on YouTube, refresh the stream. It should be working now. Julie got us. Yes, Julie has the correct link. Okay. Yeah. It should work now. I changed the link. I used the one, I think it's the same one as Julie. Is it? Is that the same link? You guys are, sorry, we're messing up, but it should be good now. I think that's right. Yeah, that's the same link as Julie's. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know, it linked Discord somehow. I must have had it copied when I pasted it in there, but that should work now. Again, run that up if you want a chance to win. Like I said, it's $100. We're just giving it away just to thank you guys. And also what I wanted to say with that too, is that when you join those things, follow us on Instagram. We share whatever's going on in the markets. So if you're seeing some crazy move on the gold market, which we'll take a look at gold next, by the way, if you're looking at gold, right, and gold is spiking like crazy, our goal as a company is to cover what's going on in the markets. We do news coverage. We do, trade ideas. Obviously you watch my YouTube channel here where I share trading tips, concepts, whatever's going on. So again, we're trying to build our following on Instagram, especially after my account got disabled by a scammer. That's a whole story that I shared here on YouTube. You can go watch the video if you want, but basically a scammer was able to get my account disabled, and I'm just battling to get it back. Help us grow our other Instagram just to help us try and get back on that platform. And again, the rules to enter the $100 giveaway are down below. Looks good, Nick? Okay, thank you. Yeah, sorry. I know Julie was probably pulling her hair out trying to get me to read her message. Hey, it's not working, Nick, dummy. I don't know why that, I literally don't know how that link got there. Like, I don't even know how, it was like a random Discord link. I don't even know how you get that link. So how was it filled in there? Also, Julie, put the link to the Instagram as well. Oh, we could do this. Hold on. Yeah, so you can either search up A1 Trading, or Julie also just shared a link as well. So there you go. Okay, yeah, so taking a look at gold now, let's look at it. So let's look at this. So gold here is pulling back here today. So the thing here is that the dollar index is kind of moving down, but so is gold. This is really interesting. So the dollar is sort of weak today, but so is the gold market. So if we look at the dollar is like finding some support, but the gold market is pretty much selling off here, which is interesting. We did try and find support there at 1780 today, 1785, somewhere in there. During yesterday's session, and then during the London session, it seems like we came in really strong initially, and then found a lot of sellers. So as we look at the gold market, where are we at with this? Well, for me, this is a leave it till next week kind of thing, because it doesn't look like it's really deciding a direction at this point. We're very, very much just in a range. So looking at gold for next week, I would say watch for pretty much a breakout either direction, right? If gold breaks through those highs and we see something like this, then hey, we might see some good positive moves for gold next week. On the flip side, if we break out, if I would say a bearish signal would be a break underneath here. More specifically, maybe a move down to like 1765. If it was able to tag something like that, I would say that would probably interest a lot of sellers on pullbacks, right? Just think of that. Think of that for a second. You know, you've got this upward trend concept. That would really be a failure of that upward trend. And then again, to even add more layers to that, you're talking about a potential multi-top here at 1830. So the one thing that was really not good for the bulls is the fact that not only did we come all the way up here, we made an attempt. We shot all the way up here just to find sellers at the very same spot. That's a big deal, right? Dollar strength, if it comes back in, could be the catalyst to push gold underneath these levels. And I would say that from there, that would make gold look it would not just make gold look bearish. I would say it would look really bearish. Like if price was able to break underneath this, I would say it's a very strong possibility, especially if like the COT reports line up and you see some serious dollar strength come back in. Very possible move back down to the lows. So do I think that that's going to happen? Well, personally, not really. I'm not super convinced that the dollar is incredibly bullish right now. But again, sometimes I can have an opinion and be completely wrong. So if the dollar comes out really, really strong, if we get something like, hey, we're tapering, hey, we're talking about raising rates sooner than expected, that sort of stuff, surprising the market, absolutely could send gold back down to the lows. But I don't think that that is super likely to happen. So if anything, I would say it's actually more the opposite. For me, a very easy call for gold is more bullish than bearish. I actually like the idea of picking up some gold. You already know, if you've watched me for a while, I buy gold as part of my investment portfolio. So although I am a trader, I am also an investor. So a lot of times, you know, what I will be doing is I'll be picking up positions for the long term. I hand on the holy book. I wish I would have bought down here for the investment side. I did trade this. You guys might have seen that trade that I had. It was a really crazy one. I rode this thing up from like 1703 up to like somewhere around here. I didn't catch the full move, but I caught a big chunk of it. So I may be looking for some longer term buy trades again on gold. But again, from a bullish perspective, I really wanted to see this thing break out. Like I was so thrilled with the idea of doing this. Never got it though. So again, it is patience. And look at this, you guys, as we're talking, we're looking at the 4-hour candle and that candle's getting big. I can only imagine what the 15-minute looks like right now. 15-minute chart, look at that. Very bearish for gold, maybe a little bit of dollar strength coming in. What does that pound dollar look like? I got to see if I was bamboozled or not. Because you guys already know I sold out of my position right here and then watched it continue on. So we talked about that earlier on in the stream. But again, there's always that hindsight voice. Hindsight is 2020, as they say. So yeah, gold on the 15-minute chart, you can see, looks like we may get a little bit of a sell off here on the Friday close, which is actually interesting. So of course the week is wrapping up, and it does look like there's a bit of sell pressure here on the gold market. One thing that would be interesting to see later on today is the COT reports. For those of you guys who don't know what the COT reports are, COT is basically a coverage of the futures market, where in the US, there's a requirement for certain individuals that trade with a large amount of money to report their positions. So you can actually see what the gold market is up to in terms of what big traders are doing. Is gold being sold by big traders? Is gold being bought by big traders? You may ask, well, Nick, how can you find out more about the COT report? Well, I'm glad you asked. If we go to a1trading.com, this is our website. If you go down here to COT data, by the way, look at these pictures that Julie did. Are they not like the prettiest pictures you've seen? I thought that was so cool. They definitely beat what I had up there. My dumb self was looking at some really bad pictures. I mean, this looks great. So shout out to Julie. She does a great job. Pretty much anything that you look at, whether it's our newsletter, our social medias, if there's anything that you look at that we have our name on and it looks really, really good, it's probably not me doing it. It's probably Julie doing it. She's very, she's got a talent for sure. But I built the site, so come on. Not all the pretty aspects though, just the infrastructure. Actually, I'm lying. I'm completely lying. I built a site. It was much worse than this. It didn't look this good. Then I had a designer basically look at my website and said, yeah, this is really ugly. Let me redo this. So they redid it, and now it looks pretty good. And I'll just take credit because I paid for it. But anyways, yeah, so Julie made these pictures. I think they look really good. But anyways, head over to the website. You guys use this site all the time. Like literally, I put a bunch of tools on here that I use every day. You can use them too, like actually for free. No catches. Head over to COT data right here. Click on that. And let's go look at gold. Let's see what's going on with the gold market here. So COT, it comes out every Friday, I believe around 3-4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And it shows us what the current positions of big traders are currently doing. And what we can see here is that although we don't have the latest data, like we're pretty laggy in this regard, what we can see here is that recently we have been seeing an increase in the buying of gold, right? Gold is being bid up or bought by institutional traders. So as we look at this, I would say that the win seems in the sale of the bulls. Now, you may have seen a bit of selling this week. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see a bit of retracement as we do see price action pretty bearish here on the Friday of this week. However, it does seem like maybe the overall direction is still bidding up on the gold market. So maybe there's some opportunities to look for longs next week. We are under 1,800 again. Look at that. Look at the price action here, you guys. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy candle right there. Price came all the way down, shot all the way back up. That's crazy. I have the position size calculator bookmarked. Adrian, I'm glad you're using it. That's what it's there for. I mean, like I put, when I was building that site, I was pretty selfish with it. I literally, with all the tools here, I was like, let me just put everything that I want here so that I can go grab them quickly. Because I'm on the website anyways. It's for our, it's for our work. We're writing articles and things like that. But yeah, like shout out to all the good work that goes into the website. I joke around like I do all the work, but really Frank and Bart are writing articles. We've got a lot of stuff that's going on. Julie's covering the newsletter. We've got so much stuff for you guys for free. Like literally 90% of what we do is available to you guys on the site for free and stuff like that. So take advantage, use it. And speaking of free, we are doing that giveaway. So let me shout out the giveaway one more time. For those of you guys who did not hear instructions or see, you can actually see it's scrolling right here. Right? So Yeah, the giveaway rules are down below. So what you do in the description, click the link, follow us on Instagram first. So follow us on Instagram, A1Trading_, because I got my Instagram disabled. We're trying to build our following up on our team page. So follow us on Instagram, help us out there. We post all sorts of coverage and things that should be helpful to you. If you use Instagram, by all means, follow us on A1Trading_. Then second off, click that link, enter your email. Don't put a bad email in there because we're going to send the winner an email. So if you put a bad email in there and then you get an email to check it and you won't know if you were the winner. So put an email in there, follow us, and literally we'll send you $100 if you're the winner. Nothing is free, my friend. You're right. You're very right, Adrian. We are going to be sending you, nothing is free. With this $100 giveaway, what we are doing is we're collecting followers on Instagram. Like I said, my account got disabled. It's a sad story. A scammer was able to disable my account. And then also part 2 of that is if you follow us on email, on the email newsletter, we'll send you stuff to your email that will be helpful to you. And you can unsubscribe if you don't want to. So you're right. It's not free. We will be sending you stuff, but you can unsubscribe and unfollow if you don't like our stuff. So it should be helpful to you. If it's not, feel free to unfollow. So we're not forcing anything. I hope I win. May the odds be ever in your favor. Julie and Emily are each other's biggest fans. That's nice. So with that said, how many people are in your state and work with you? Well, over the summer, there was 6 of us. We had 2 interns, a video editor, and Julie and Emily, who they are solving the world's problems. But now we're down to, there's 3 of us in office, and we have a couple remote people. So we've got Joe in Australia, Bart in the UK, Frank, he's still working with us, but he's remote. So there's about, I'd say 6 or 7 of us that run what you guys see here. Obviously you see my YouTube channel, but there's a lot that goes into it. So we are doing our thing. So guys, again, one more time, last chance. If you want to enter the email giveaway, we're going to be giving $100 away. All of the information is down below in the description. With that said, guys, happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back next week. Hope you win. Enter that giveaway. Like I said, down below, information is there. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
I know you were expecting Nick, but my name's Julie and I do the real work around here. I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for watching the show and tell you more about some free content that we offer. One of the things that we offer is a free email newsletter. So if you click the link down below, you can sign up for free market analysis, trading tips, and exclusive offers. Every once in a while, someone here at A1 Trading takes a crazy trade and you'll be the first one to know about it. See you guys next time.